Okay, another evening, another deathmatch. So in one corner we have the current champion, the Jorogumo from Forbidden Fortress, Spider Demon Lady, so from the Forest of the Dead. And then fought for the opponent this time. We'll go back to what we've done before, but we need something that's going to do quite a lot of damage quickly. So I thought we would try the living statue. There we go, it's a yeeting stone. So there we go, another Forbidden Fortress enemy. And if you remember, it has 3 different variants. So let's do a quick little shuffle, see which variant we get. Go that one. It is metal. Okay, that might have been the one we had last time. But yeah, so metal. It's probably not too bad actually. So it's got iron skin, so it's got armor 5 or more, and then jagged metal. So for every 5 damage a hero does to it while in an adjacent space after armor, place a bleeding mark on the hero. So it could be very quickly that actually the Jorogumo bleeds to death as she beats herself against the living statue. For those of you who have not seen the last couple of ones of Jorogumo is basically, there we go, it's Jorogumo. Lots of attacks, high combat of 8, but doesn't do much damage to start with. And the more and more web tokens it puts on the enemy, the more damage it does. It's not at the highest of health, but it can be really quick at piling on the damage. Living statue is kind of like the other way around, really, to be honest. Living statue, I mean, 4 combat's not bad. 4 combat is quite a lot of attacks, but it's only got to hit 5, so it's not going to hit so often. But its damage is 5, so if it does hit, it's going to do 2 damage, which is kind of more than the, you know, many of the enemies do. Most are like, kind of like at the 4 or 3 damage level. It's got 30 health as well, so well 33 because 3 per hero in this case versus 25. So let's see how all this goes down. So yeah, there is a Spider's Lair token. There you go, Spider's Lair in this bit of the forest. And then of course there is opportunity also. It's slim, but it might happen that the statue just picks up and throws the spider across the forest. It did happen with the Raptor. Alright then, should we get into it? So we start with Jorogumo. Jorogumo has some of the spider magic to start with. Spider magic says, there we go, spider magic says, hatchling, what? Not seen this one before yet, what? Hatchlings immediately add D6 void spider enemies to the fight in ambush. These new enemies do not activate this turn. Okay, that's new. How many do we get? 2! This is really lucky because most of the models are actually upstairs, but I do have 2 that my daughters were painting just over here. Okay. 2, and they're in ambush, so there they go. 2 little void spiders. There you go, for those who have not seen a void spider before, little nasty teeth underneath. There we go, so 2 void spiders. Well, that's interesting. I probably have to try and remember what the stats of void spiders are. They don't activate this turn though. They've also blocked the Jorogumo, who now activates, from getting to the statue. Or not? No, of course not, because the Jorogumo just pushes them out of the way because it's a larger size model. So I'm not sure that those spiders have really contributed much. Yeah. Oh well, there you go, 2 void spiders, never seen that one before. Spits out void spiders apparently. Although, I mean, technically the void spiders aren't actually spiders, they have the wrong number of limbs. So, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, the Jorogumo then moves there. The Jorogumo then has their 8 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hitting on 4 or more. Ones add webs. There's 1 there, so there is a web. So a web on the living statue. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 will hit but they're only doing 2 damage per. So yeah, they don't do any damage to the living statue, the metal living statue. Okay, then it's the living statue's go. So does it get webbed because it's in the spider's lair? It doesn't. And does it shrug off the web it has? It does. Okay, that's a good start for the statue. It then has 4 dice to attack. Hitting on 5 or more. 1 hit. Okay, so that is just 2 damage. 2 damage to the Jorogumo. Doesn't do the grab because none of them were 6s. So yeah, that's that then. Start of the next turn, Jorogumo gets to do a spell. And Jorogumo does Black Widow. Until the end of the turn, all of the spellcaster's attacks are +2 damage each. Okay, so 8 dice once again. Ooh, there's 3 1s, so that adds another. So it adds 3 webs. 1, 2, 3. Still not enough to do any damage. So, oh, it is, of course it is, because of the Black Widow. So how many hit? 1, 2. 2 hit. Alright, so 2 hits, doing 6 each, is 12. So you got to, so that's 4 damage done. So 4 armor saves from the living statue. So it takes 2 damage. Not enough to trigger the jagged metal. So then the living statue's go. Does it shrug off any of those webs? Shrugs 1 off. Does it pick 1 up for being in the spider's lair? No. Okay, that's good rolls again. So the living statue then attacks the Jorogumo. Hitting on 5 or more. Okay, so 1 normal hit for 2 damage. And then 1 6. So grab. Grab as well. Hits ignore defense. Count that as a crit. So still does the. So still does that. Instead of normal damage, the hero roll a d6 for each grab hit dice. If at least one of these dice rolls equal to or higher than the hero's initiative. So. Nope, it's not thrown. Just checking, yeah. Yeah, no, so it's not thrown. Okay, start the next turn. Jorogumo again. It is the spider's web. All heroes immediately take 1 wound for each webbed marker they currently have ignoring defense. So 2 wounds to the statue. So that's 2. Okay, and then attacks. 4 again. Sorry, 8 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. +3, unless some more webs go down. 1 more web goes down. 4. So still doing only 4 hits. So bounces off. Did we miss the 2? We did. We did miss the 2. We missed the 2 that was the normal 2 attack. So yeah, then the statue back on the Jorogumo. 2 normal hits again, so another 4 damage. Oops. There we go. Roll for the web, sorry, didn't roll for the web. So, do we get rid of a web? No. Do we pick one up because we're in the spider's lair? No. Jorogumo, spell. Let's get rid of this one, which is more hatchlings, which is basically going to be a whiff because they can't actually get around. I'm not bothered because they can't get around the living statue. So Jorogumo then attacks. No extra webs, so doesn't deal any damage to the statue because defense is 4 and it's only doing 4 damage per hit. Okay, so back round to the statue. Does it get rid of a web? It does. Does it pick up another one because it's in the spider's lair? It does. So 4 attacks. Okay, 1 normal hit for 2 damage. Let's do it now before we forget. Puts the Jorogumo onto 10. And then does the Jorogumo get picked up and thrown? Yes! 6 is a fail. So the statue picks him up and throws her. Right, each one of those die rolls is equal higher than the hero's initiative rolls as fail, grabbed and thrown. Random, so that makes it a range to hit roll. Place in this space and general blah blah. Peril dice wounds ignoring defense. Or D6 was 3 ignoring defense. So I guess throw it at one of the void spiders. That's technically a hero, I guess, for this purpose. Range 4 or more. Hits it, so peril dice. Well, it's going to squish the void spider, isn't it? Let's pick that one. Squish. Peril dice wounds. And the Jorogumo takes 3 wounds to go to 13. I didn't predict which one was going to go. I should have said my money was going to be on the living statue, but so it's certainly looking its way now, isn't it? But never, you know, Jorogumo might pile on the webs. So that is the living statue done. Back to Jorogumo, and the spell is Venom Blast. Okay, the spellcaster immediately makes the following ranged attack. So ranged 4 or more. Hits. Damage D8. Get one of those out. 1. So it just bounces off the. Oh no, because I suppose the web still counts. No, it's still 4 though, isn't it? It is still 4. But so yeah, Venom Blast does nothing. That's unlucky for the Jorogumo. And then just sort of moves back in and does its 8 attacks. Two more webs go down. So that, and we're now getting some actual damage through. So 2 webs like that. So we're doing 6 damage per hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is 10 damage done to the statue. Bearing in mind we now need to roll 10 armour rolls. 10 armour rolls of 5 or more. 1, 2, 3 is prevented, so takes 7, which puts a bleeding. If we can find the bleeding, there we go. This puts a bleeding on the Jorogumo. Okay, that's quite a bit of damage. So over to the living statue. Does it get rid of a web? No. Does it pick up another one for being in a spider's lair? No. Also, yes, it failed, so yes. Okay, this picks up a web. Alright, attacks back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hitting on 5 or more. Just a 6. So, does it throw the Jorogumo again? 6! It's another 6. So yeah, Jorogumo gets thrown again into the other void spider. oh, does it hit actually? No, misses. So bounces around a bit. Doesn't really matter where it ends up. Takes d6 plus 3. Takes 8. So that's a 5. That's a 5. That's 2. Hang on, let's have a count. That is 21 wounds and a bleeding. So we are 1 short. We are 1 damage short of killing the Jorogumo at this point. Okay, then the Jorogumas go. Jorogumo gets Scurry, immediately heals d6 wounds. Fortunately timed. Heals 3. Okay, and then comes and hits the living statue. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oops, no extra webs. Okay, 5 hits again. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, doing 7 per, so that's 3, so that's 15 hits to try and do armour on. 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 hits. So 1, 2, 3 are saved. So that's going to be 12. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 hits. 1, 2, then 2. 12 is 25. So not dead, but puts 2 bleedings on the Jorogumo. Right, so let's have a count. On the Jorogumo, it's 15, 18. Yeah, 18 wounds out of. So it would be 25. And there's 9 less. 18 out of 16. 18 out of 16. I think it's done it. There we go. The metal living statue, because of it, mostly because of that jagged metal, has killed the Jorogumo. So the Jorogumo did not last as long as the Raptor, and was beaten by the living statue that could not beat the Raptor. So another new champion, the living statue, the metal variant of the living statue. So yeah, next week we'll see if there's something new that can take the metal statue's crown.